More on this developing story. Good morning, Albert.
Good morning, Anthony. As there's certainly some worry among fans, many of them likely waking up to the news now. The league, as you mentioned, has suspended all games until further notice after a player tested positive for COVID-19. The house just over my shoulder has been reduced to a shell after fire ripped through it earlier. Fire officials say it started just before 7 in the morning. Emergency crews were called here to the Spadina and Dundas area just after 6:30 after reports of the shooting. An ambulance rushes to a trauma center with a man police say was shot.
Do we have a sense, Albert, what things are going to look like today?
Yes, well, simply put, it'll be busy, Anthony. 144,000 passengers are expected to pass through Pearson International Airport today alone. The city says 6 of these murals are finished. The rest are expected to be completed by the end of the month, offering a colorful thank you to those on the front lines. If you look around me, many of the homes here are in the form of small apartments and condos. That makes it difficult to physical distance. As I said, this is Ontario's 37th confirmed case and the 95th in Canada. We're still waiting to hear back from the Convention Centre for their reaction to this latest development. Anthony?
We'll follow this very closely. Albert, thank you so much.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Hundreds of mostly young people marching to show their support for Black lives. The Markham demonstration happening because of this 16-year-old girl, Sydney Baxter.
I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to be the change and I'm going to start something. And now here we are today.
We are not a threat! We are not a threat!
The route from Markville Mall to Two Good Pond. Baxter got the idea after attending a similar protest in recent weeks. She wants to give Black voices in her own community a chance to be heard.
I know people in my community, other Black youth, we've been waiting for this moment to happen for so long.
Those marching here want to see an end to systemic oppression. That means changing the education system to better reflect Black voices and more of a community-based approach to policing. York Regional Police accepted the invitation to march alongside demonstrators. They say one of the biggest actions they can take is to listen.
We're going to listen to our Black folks, hear what they have to say, and work with them to ensure that we do the things that we need to do to make sure that they're okay and that we work well with them.
Markham Mayor Frank Scarpitti showing up to and expressing his support. He says his city can always do better.
Whether that's greater dialogue, whether that's putting our priorities, realigning our priorities, whether that's coming up with new policy, whether that's ensuring that our people are properly trained.
No justice!
No peace!
As Sydney Baxter marches, her hope that demonstrations like hers will help drive the conversation and action needed to end anti-Black racism.
We want to see change, we need to see action, and we need to see it from everyone in power.
Albert Delitala, Global News. The Nelson family likes to keep active, which is why last Friday they headed out for some exercise.
They wanted to go rollerblading. We just got new rollerblades for one of them.
Todd Nelson took his sons, Liam, Brandon, and Dustin, to the parking lot of the Glen Abbey Community Center. But not long after, he says, a bylaw officer pulled up and told them they had to go.
I kind of looked around. There was nobody near us. The whole parking lot was completely empty. And I just said, well, who are we hurting? And he said, oh, you're not going to be like that, are you? And I said, I'm just asking a question. And then that was it. He just said, give me your ID, and next thing you know, we got a ticket.
That ticket adding up to $880 after surcharges, their alleged offense violating the emergency order issued by the province, which closed outdoor recreation areas to curb the spread of COVID-19.
Dad, I just asked a question. It wasn't really, he wasn't doing anything wrong.
We're just exercising.
Despite being closed, you can see the entrance of the parking lot has no taper pylons indicating not to enter. The town of Oakville has warned in recent days it's serious about enforcing the emergency order. Mayor Rob Burton said in a statement posted online last week, I urge everyone and I urge parents to tell their children, stop getting together with friends in parks. They are closed for a reason, to keep people safe. And when asked about this case, the town said it can't get into specifics, but said we are in a pandemic and the province and the town have both put in place orders and bylaws to protect the public and help curb the spread of COVID-19.
In terms of the spirit of social distancing. It was just our immediate family, right? We weren't with anybody. We weren't touching anything.
Nelson says he's still making sense of where his family can and can't go. He wants to see better signs and barricades and hopes the town will reconsider the ticket.
I think there was an opportunity for education, maybe instead of a ticket.
Albert Delitala, Global News.